this place is absolutely gorgeous. And today I just want to talk about the new Daemonheim Archaeology Digsite in my Is It Worth It series, but without the gameplay that I usually have, because quite frankly, there isn't much interesting gameplay when it comes to archaeology, because it's just me sitting there and talking to my Twitch chat, which, by the way, if you ever want to join, link in the description. I'm starting to stream a little bit more now, so if you're interested, go check it out. But yeah, the gameplay is literally archaeology, but I still do want to talk about this update, as I do think it is a great update, and just exactly the types of updates I'd like to see in RuneScape, and something about it actually made me upset as well. But we'll touch on all that. Before we do, make sure to leave a like on the video, as it generally really helps me out. Subscribe if you're new. Let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of this dig site, what you like of these types of updates, and without further ado, let's just talk about it. So, first of all, as I said, I was upset about something, and that thing is that I wasn't around for the archaeology release. At the time, I was still playing old school RuneScape full-time, I guess you could call it, or it was my main game, and I didn't really touch RuneScape 3, and I passed on the archaeology release, and I'm so upset that I did, because it's so much fun. Like, if you don't know, archaeology is my favorite skill pretty much ever since I trained it up from level 1 to 120. If you are hating it right now, try following the wiki guide, or the product guide, but the wiki guide is more up to date at this moment in time. And it makes it such an enjoyable skill to progress through. And just playing this update, the Daemonheim Digsite, on release, made me realize how great of a skill it must have been when it released. Because we were just sitting there talking about, oh, how can we solve these mysteries? Oh, what do you need to do? And then someone was like, oh yeah, you need to do these research missions at your research table at the Archaeology Guild. And then that was finished, and we could still not go into the underground section, which is the higher tier section. And then someone was like, oh, but you need to actually add a friendship bracelet to your tool belt in combination with that research mission. And then we figured it out and could go into that next area. And that stuff is so exciting, and I can only imagine what that was like on the release of this entire skill. But yeah, that experience was just fun. I mean, the gameplay loop is literally just archaeology. You dig up items and you restore them, and that's it, right? Like, there's not much I can really say about it, but I just do think it's really enjoyable, and it's great to fill in the gaps that archaeology's progression did have. Like I said, progressing through archaeology is an absolute treat, but I can also not deny that there were some gaps. Like, the current gap of 73 to I think 83 is now filled with the entrance to the Daemonheim Digsite, and below, where you need to open the door, is filled up with 103 and 113. So that section is now completely filled up, and you can properly progress through archaeology now from 1 to 120 without having to stay at one spot for more than, I think, 3 or 4 levels, if that at all. So, on that sense, it already is really good. But besides that, the aesthetics of this place are gorgeous. Just the rework to Daemonheim, a place that I always thought looked very barren and ugly, is now very gorgeous and way more in line with the aesthetics of the wilderness, which obviously it's right next to you. And the building itself is so much nice as well, and cleaned up, because there were all these lobby areas of dungeoneering that you would never really use. They were just empty space, and are now filled up with dig sites, both downstairs and upstairs, which is fantastic. And the bottom area, the actual like real deep down Daemonheim area, is very red. I would like to see some more contrast added to the area, because if you would ask me to describe it, my description would literally be red, because it is very red. It's pretty, but it's very red, and it looks way better if you turn on any other skybox than the basic skybox that is there. But besides that, the content itself, as I said, the mysteries, solving them, it's fun, and needing some extra items with digging up certain spots is really nice as well. That's a little bit of a grind. It's RNG, but it's not like hard RNG that you can go hours and hours dry on it. I finished this entire dig site in about 5 hours time with absolute max gear, in best in slot gear, to be able to finish it. So I think that's quite nice. And obviously everything was already figured out once I finished it. So it's a nice little grind, and needing those extra items for some of the mysteries is really cool too, because it gives you some extra use to these dig sites besides just uncovering the relics and then moving on to the next one, because there's a chance that these extra items that you need for the mysteries aren't uncovered by the time you got all the items for the mysteries, giving you a good reason to go back to these spots. Obviously, this is from a perspective of someone who's 120 all. If you're leveling, you probably by the time you get to the next area to be able to dig up, you already have those items and everything there. So it's very well balanced, and I really do like it. And lastly, the lore. I can't really say much of it because I did read everything now because, you know, I can actually read lore now. But quite frankly, I didn't understand much of it. They talked about edicts, which are the things that Zamorak write, and to summon gods, from what I understand. And we did a test trial to summon gods, but it didn't work. But that gives me the idea that maybe in the future we might see the gods return. So who knows? We will see. But overall, I do think this is a great update and exactly the type of content that I would like to see in RuneScape, as it's really, really enjoyable. And sure, it helps that it's my favorite skill, Archaeology, but it's nice that it's filling in gaps. It's nice aesthetically. The content that is there is plenty enough for what it is, and interesting enough to solve and figure out and to actually gather. Nothing is tedious, nothing is annoying. It's just a very good update, and I'm really, really happy about it. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think. Leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're new. And my name's Chevalric, and I'll see you guys in my next video.